Across the northwest Atlantic, between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, lies a stretch of ocean whose reputation has become legendary. Known worldwide as the Bermuda Triangle, this region has appeared in naval reports, Coast Guard investigations, maritime journals, and historical archives for well over a century. While sensationalized stories often overshadow the facts, the truth is that several real ships, documented, crewed, and tracked, disappeared here without explanation. Some were lost during storms, others during calm conditions, and some vanished so completely that not a single piece of debris has ever been recovered. This script focuses only on the verifiable historical cases that remain unresolved to this day. These are the ships that sailed into the Triangle and never returned. USS Cyclops, 1918. Among all Triangle disappearances, the loss of the USS Cyclops remains the most devastating and puzzling. Launched in 1910, the Cyclops was a massive U.S. Navy collier, responsible for transporting fuel and materials to American forces. In March 1918, she departed Barbados carrying more than 10,000 tons of manganese, along with 309 crew members and passengers. Weather conditions were stable, and the ship gave no indication of distress. Yet shortly after leaving port, all communication abruptly stopped. The Cyclops never arrived at her destination. No distress signal was ever sent, and no debris was ever sighted despite extensive search efforts. A later Navy report concluded, "The disappearance of this ship has never been positively explained." More than a century later, the vessel has still not been found, making it the largest non-combat loss of life in U.S. naval history. Proteus and Nereus, 1941. In a strange and unsettling echo of the Cyclops tragedy, two additional American cargo vessels, the USS Proteus and USS Nereus, vanished in 1941 under almost identical circumstances. Both ships had once served as Navy colliers. Both were carrying bauxite ore, and both disappeared without sending any distress calls. Weather conditions were considered normal at the time, and the ships were traveling established routes. Despite multiple search missions, no wreckage from either vessel was ever recovered. The similarities between these cases continue to fuel debate and speculation. The Sandra, 1950. The SS Sandra, a 350-foot freighter, set sail from Savannah on April 5, 1950, transporting 300 tons of insecticide to Puerto Rico. The voyage was routine, the cargo stable, and the ship well-maintained. Yet somewhere along its route, the Sandra simply disappeared. No messages were sent, no calls for help recorded, and no debris was ever found. Maritime archives list the cause of loss as unknown, a classification that has remained unchanged for more than 7 decades. Marine Sulphur Queen, 1963. The disappearance of the Marine Sulphur Queen in 1963 is one of the most studied mysteries linked to the Triangle. The 440-foot tanker was carrying molten sulfur, a hazardous but manageable cargo. After the ship vanished, small fragments like life preservers and bits of debris were recovered, but the vessel's massive hull was never located. Investigators debated whether structural issues, combustion, or external forces were responsible, yet none of the theories fully explain the ship's near-total disappearance. What history shows us: scientists often propose natural explanations: rogue waves, sudden squalls, structural failures, and human error. While these may explain many maritime losses, they do not account for ships vanishing completely despite rapid, extensive search operations. The historical record remains clear and consistent. Within the Bermuda Triangle, some vessels did not merely sink. They disappeared without a trace.